Are you a new sitter on Rover who wants more bookings but you don't know where to start? I'm here to tell you that it starts with pricing. Let's be honest, most people are undercharging on Rover. Everyone talks about Rover rates, but no one tells you what actually books. I'm here to tell you what works for me and how I had to learn this lesson the hard way. Hey y'all, it's you and your dog's new pet sitter bestie, Shara, and I'm back with an all-new video for Dogtober. Today is Thursday, October 9th, and I am so excited to be 9 days into Dogtober with you all. Thank you for joining. Today I'm going to be discussing with you Rover rates and how they can make or break your booking frequency. And if you've been on Rover for a while, but you're not really having great success with booking, today I'm going to be sharing with you what you should be doing in 2025 and 2026 to make sure that you can increase your Rover bookings. Let's get into it. As a top-rated Rover sitter, I'm going to break down what the services are that customers are actually booking the most on Rover. And here's a little secret. It's not dog walking. The big question is, why does pricing matter? Rover pricing matters because clients that come to Rover don't want to go to boarding facilities. That's because they want their dog to have special attention that general boarding facilities cannot achieve or accommodate because of the volume, the number of dogs that they have. Rover rates are important because you have to keep in mind the owner is looking for something that is affordable, not too expensive, but just enough to be like, yes, this is good. I think this person is good. Because one, if you price yourself too low, it's going to look like you're inexperienced. And some people might want a cheap sitter. They say you get what you pay for. So some people might be a little leery to book you if you are too low. So here's my advice. If you are a new dog sitter, research the zip code that you are in. Research. Go on to Rover, look at the other sitters that are in your area, look at their reviews, and look at their price point. Me personally, when I first started out on Rover, I wanted to be anywhere from $3 to $5 cheaper than the average of what was in my area. I feel like this is a great rule of thumb because if you're just starting out, people are less likely to book you with the less reviews that they see unless they just want to take a chance. In your area, I suggest starting $3 to $5 cheaper than those in your area and just work your way up. Why this works is because you are cheaper than what's out there, but you're not too cheap to where people do not want to book you. Now, what Rover services actually book? Rover has a ton of services you can offer as a sitter. You can offer doggy daycare, drop-in visits, in-home visits, and boarding. The top services that I currently are booking the most is boarding and daycare. Daycare means that the dog is just with you. Say the parent has to go to work. I have a lot of clients right now that work long hours. They work in hospitals. They don't want their dog at home all day by themselves. They drop their dogs off in the morning on their way to work, and then they pick them up after work once they get off. I only charge $20 for that because I feel like the dog it's not an overnight stay. So, it's not a human. I mean, I just feel like $20 is enough. $20, $25, maybe $30 at the most if you just have to do that. The other service that books really well is dog boarding. I know every ad that you probably see with Rover says, oh, you can become a dog walker and earn $500 a day. That is just simply not true. Unless you live in a state where walking is extremely common and people are very active with their dogs, that's just not a service that I book that much. Last year, though, I did have a walking client, Eno and Scooby. The mom worked long hours and the dogs were still in the middle of their potty training. So she set them up for me to go over their house and walk them every day for about 3 or 4 months. And then that passed. Now, the service that is offered on Rover that I am actually terrified to do and I have only done once is the in-home sitter service. What the in-home sitter service means is that you go to the dog owner's house and watch the dog. Anytime I have got booked for this, the pet owner has wanted me to stay in the house with the dog or dogs overnight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not that trusting. The one and only time that I did an in-house sitter service was I had booked this high-rise client that was in a high-rise in Victory Park. It was right above my favorite ramen restaurant, Jinya. She was going to be gone for the weekend. She said, you're welcome to my bed. I came over and I met her before I stayed over there with the dog. She had a big floor to ceiling window And I told her, I said, I was absolutely, I don't know how people just let strangers into their house. But I will say people that let strangers into their house, trust and believe they do have cameras everywhere. She did have doggy cameras all over that apartment that were watching me at all times. They were motion censored. So I'm sure anytime she wanted to look on those cameras and see what we were doing or what I was doing with the dogs, she could see. So that is the service I do not like, in-home sitting. I tried because I thought, well, in-home sitting would be cool to do on the weekends because my husband can watch the kids and I can just go with the dogs over the weekend, but I chickened out, okay? I turned the service off because I'm just not about that life. I started getting so many requests for in-home sitting from all of these people, and I've already told you that a pet peeve of mine is not having a profile picture. So you want me to you want me to go to your house, stay in your house, and I don't even know what you look like, and you want me to agree to that? No, honey. It was not for me. It was not for me, so I didn't do it. But that brings me to my next point. The number one service that I do book on Rover is dog boarding. This is going to be your bread and butter if you love dogs and you want to have the best opportunity to continuously book dogs. People travel a lot. I would say the slow months of the year are really like mid to end August because everyone's going back to school who has kids. A lot of people that are on Rover have kids or they work as a teacher. So the slow months are mid-August, I would say, through maybe mid-October. That's been the trend for me. Now, when you get really good and become a really good sitter, maybe that changes and you become booked all the time. Like for me, last year, my September and October were dead. I was really concerned because I had an amazing summer. But this year, since I have built even more of a reputation in my community and a lot of my regulars come back so often, September and October so far have been very stable for me. And for me, again, look in your community, search other sitters, read through their reviews, kind of see what they're charging. I know what I would charge based on my home and how much experience I have. And yes, I more than likely am undercharging because keep in mind, for the love of Jesus, I don't understand, but Rover takes a 15% commission off of every dog booking that you do. So that kind of forces us to drive up the price a little bit. I think right now I'm at $34 a night, but I will be going up in 2026. I don't know what I'm going to go up to yet, but it will still be under $40. Just because in this economy, I want to make things easy for pet parents, not more difficult. So those are just my thoughts on it, because why are you charging $75 a night for a dog to stay at your house and you live in a 1-bedroom apartment? Make it make sense, because the math just isn't mathing to me. So this was day 9 of Dogtober, and remember, the advice that I have with you is charge your worth. Whether you're a brand new Rover sitter or a sitter that is trying to level up their bookings, your pricing strategy matters. Charge what you believe you're worth, but also pay attention to what pet parents are willing to pay for. So this was day 9 of Dogtober. If you want to see more content of how I run my sitter business behind the scenes, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, all of the things, and make sure you come back tomorrow for day 10 of Dogtober. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.